Well, I fucked up. I know I'm pointing again. I fucked up. Sold the wheels that were on the car. Well, I listed them. I listed them, and they sold the next day. So I didn't expect that to happen. I thought it was gonna take forever because a lot of shit I put on marketplace takes months to sell. Anyways, I thought I had time. I listed the wheels, even though the new ones haven't showed up yet. And now the car is gonna be in hover mode for the time that it takes for the new wheels to show up and to get them mounted, etc. So that's gonna be fun. It's fine though. It leaves. It kind of forces me to do some other things while we got the wheels off. So all of this is pretty crusty. The wheel bearings on both sides hardly turn. So we're gonna take the time with the wheels off to get to that. And just like that, the brakes are here. But these got the bearings inside the rotor. We got them, get them super packed with grease before we get everything going. But I'm gonna pack them and take all the old shit off, get them swapped out. Just as good as getting stickers with parts is getting magnets from Rock Auto. I don't know if I have space on the wall of Rock Auto magnets. I might have to put them somewhere else. So we did get the rear tires and wheels mounted with the 295s. It's still on jack stands in the front, so the ride height's a little up there. It'll be a little bit lower, but these things are incredible looking. I couldn't be happier. And just as a little, let's see if they'll fit, I put the 15x10s on the front with the 295s, and it looks insane. So the first thing that I need to check before we start, well, I could start packing the bearings, but before I try to fit the bearings in here, I need to make sure that the race is not already installed, because sometimes they do, which this does look like a bearing race. It is tapered. I can feel it with my finger. Because before we have done disc brake conversions and stuff like that, and they have pre-installed bearing races, and we spent hours trying to get a bearing race in this, only to find out that it already had it in there. So because I've already been through that dilemma, see, it looks like the race is already in this one as well. So I'm just going to take the bearings out, see if I can get them to fit down in there. If they fit way too loose, then we know we gotta try and get the races in there. But right now it looks like they already have a race, because this lip here is not for a race. This is for the cap that goes over to keep all the grease and shit inside the axle. That's what this little recess is for. So let's get the bearings in there and see how it fits. So we just confirmed my assumption. The bearings do not fit in with the race, which means they did us a favor and pre-installed the bearing race, which is glorious, because now all I gotta do, pack the bearings. I don't have to worry about tapping in the races, which sometimes goes smooth, sometimes it takes forever. So got that part already out of the way. So now I'm just gonna pack the crap out of these bearings. now since we don't want to get any brake fluid on the floor, it's nasty stuff, I have this very sophisticated brake fluid catching apparatus. You can find these at local stores. Very handy. I'm gonna drop that under there. I'm gonna crack the line and get these calipers off. Now, because of Hollywood magic, it's gonna look like these caliper bolts came right out. When in reality, I did struggle with them for about 30 minutes. So even lubed up, all that shit, 40-year-old bolts do not wanna come off. But in the video, they're gonna come right off, right? Now, I haven't tried yet, but the way that a lot of these bolts work, because this is holding a bearing, you don't tighten this as tight as you can get it. You tighten it just enough to where you can get the pin through, and then that's it. So what I'm gonna do is count, when I take this off, I'm gonna try and count how many times it turns. And then when I go to put it on, I'm gonna try and do exactly that with still getting the pin through. Well, from the video you could see inside and outside wheel bearings on this one especially fucked, which I knew. The brakes actually weren't even that bad. The pads had some more wear in the back than in the front. But I mean, really it wasn't that bad, but it's old. It needs to go. But yeah, wheel bearings, absolutely toast on this side. And the other side is worse, so I can only imagine. Okay, most of this dust shield is barely hanging on. There's holes through it, all that. It's barely there. I was just gonna cut it or rip it all off and not run one. However, this centerpiece of the dust shield is a crucial component, so I don't want to remove that. So what I'm going to end up doing is just cutting off the worst parts of it here, try and make it look kind of clean, come around there and chop this stuff off, just get rid of all the cruddy stuff, and then we'll still have a little bit of cover for what we need. Okay, the rust top shit might be a placebo, but just wanted to get it on those parts that we freshly cut so they don't rust anymore. It doesn't hurt to put it on the rest of the parts. Those brake parts are probably gonna be gone down the road. That goes along with the other plans that I have that I said I wasn't gonna talk about. But those spindles, all that stuff, only has to last maybe a year or two, and then it might come off. So I think we'll be fine. We now have the spindle bare. I'm gonna really cake up some lube here on the spindle itself, and then we'll slide all the new stuff on. Ta-da! There it is, all the new shit. But now, I gotta scrub everything down with brake clean. Because all the parts are new, we got grease here and there. you know, you want to get the film off of the or the residue off of the brake rotor. So we're going to scrub all that, and then we're going to do the other side. All right, so I know I said on to the next side like it's going to be a piece of cake. It's not been. So not only is the wheel bearing seized over here on the passenger side, the caliper and pads are also seized to the rotor. Totally makes sense of why this thing was impossible to push, even in neutral. Even in drive, it doesn't, or in reverse. In reverse, it did not want to fucking move. And now I can clearly see why. Well, both sides are done. Seems like that would be kind of like an easy undertaking, but it actually took most of the day. I took a few hour break to go help somebody else with their car, and then came back and finished the other side. Both sides are done. Just need to bleed. We'll get that done in a couple days. Everything is good. Thank y'all. See you next time.